Rice wine. It's time to bottle.
So we started this, back in August. So it's August 27th, September 27th, October 27th. Today's the 17th of November. So this is 2.5 months so far.
Which
we racked it.
Feels like 3 years.
Yeah, it feels like we did this like years ago. Normally rice wine is served young. We went longer because I wanted this to be clear and, pleasing to the American palate. So I took a smell, and it still smells like pineapple. Okay, not quite as much as it did, and it looks kind of like whey after making cheese. It's got this pale yellowish color to it. But the lees at the bottom is very wispy. Just the slightest movement and it shivers. So I wanted to be able to just put this right into a bottle, but it's not going to work that way. So I have to go to the pitcher first. That way we can keep as much of that lees out as possible. So we get our handy dandy pitcher.
We're putting it on the bench that we're sitting on so that way it'll be lower than our original vessel.
Because that's how siphons work. And we're siphoning, not pouring, because this one, I just feel like we'd disturb the lees way too much if I tried pouring it, even though it's a half gallon. It almost seems silly, but hey, we're silly people. So this is one of the strangest brews we've ever made. We're still not 100% completely sure about it. Don't really know. It worked. Did something. All right, that last little bit, we got a couple of wispies up there, so it's a little cloudy. It's okay. It'll clear out in the bottle. All 2 of them. So before we put it in the bottle, I want to just get a little taste of it. See if it's changed at all. It's a curiosity thing. There's really no more fermentation going to happen here, I don't think. But you can see it's very, very clear. Okay, it's almost a pale yellow at best. It's not as sweet as it was. The pineapple flavor is still there, but it's not so prevalent anymore.
To me, it actually tastes more pineapple, but not the sweet aspect.
Oh, that tart.
The tart, almost effervescent sensation you get from pineapple is what I'm getting from this.
It tastes to me now more like what I know rice wine tastes like. It didn't before. But anyway, now we're going to bottle it. See you in a few minutes. So as you can see, we didn't get a lot out of that. But we learned a lot along the way. And what we learned too is that a lot of rice produces a little bit of wine. I wasn't really prepared for that. I don't know why. I mean, I read it and I should have known it. And but we get used to doing things a certain way, and then you throw a wrench in the works. And I like doing that once in a while. It really makes you rethink things. And using this rice leaven has opened up new ideas, things that we haven't yet tried, like sweet potato wine. Sounds like something I want to try. It just sounds like a neat idea, and now I know how to do it. Even the elements of using potatoes and other starchy vegetables, that's where these things come from, and it's the same concept. And that's what's awesome about this hobby, is learning one little piece that you can apply to different things. And then that one little piece brings you over here, and you go, oh, this is so cool. And you learn another little piece, and that springs out. Before you know it, you have this huge network of interconnected skills that you can use for a variety of brews.
Let's taste that rice wine.
Shall we? Okay, so this is usually when we tell you, this is usually when we tell you the ABV and how long it's been and all that. Well, it's been like 3 months, longer than it probably should be. And we have no idea what the ABV is. Everybody has estimated things anywhere from like a 10% all the way into like almost 20%. I'm going to doubt the 20%. Just don't think so. But I could see low teens quite easily, actually.
There are very tiny residual...
Microfloaties.
Yes, microfloaties.
It's a new word, microfloaties. But yeah, there's definitely stuff in here. I was hoping it would clear better.
I think it's just rice bits. No big.
Oh, well, obviously that's what it is. But the color is kind of a pale yellow almost. Yeah. It's not objectionable. It looks like a white wine.
Yeah.
That smell is so unusual. Now, see, this is weird because we can't judge this the way we normally do. Because when we judge a wine or a mead, we're judging it on the quality of the wine or mead. On this, we have to judge it based on how much we appreciate it or like it. So it's a slightly different judging, and even the numbers won't really line up so much. I just wanted to get that out there because we are not rice wine connoisseurs.
No.
Shocking, I know, right? But we are not. I still get a little bit of that pineapple on the smell. It's a little more sour smelling pineapple.
Yep.
Like very overripe pineapple. But it's not unpleasant. I'm going to take my short sip. It tastes kind of like semi-fermented pineapple juice.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of an acidic bite. That's nice, actually. I like it. The sweetness from the pineapple flavor is there, but yeah, this is a totally different beverage than it was just a month ago.
It's like astringent and cleansing and sweet.
And acidic. The acidicness.
Yeah.
The acidity is really coming through without being a problem. It's not like, don't get me wrong, it doesn't taste like drinking acid.
Oh, no,
But it's definitely acidic.
Yeah.
I think I like it.
And on the longer sip, I'm getting that effervescent sensation that I keep talking about.
I think there's a little bit of carbonation in this, though, because it did pop a little bit when I opened it.
Yeah, but I've got it all along. And
this is not something I could drink a lot of. I could drink a little bit, but I think more than like a glass this big, I don't think I'd appreciate it much anymore. It's just one of those, it's that kind of thing for me.
But I'm trying to think about pairing this with a rice dish or...
But you know what this tastes like? It tastes like sake.
It kind of tastes like
Sake.
sake.
Whatever. Where I'm from, that's how everybody says it. So I got 40 years of ingrained saying it that way, and everybody and their brother gave me crap. I know it's actually the incorrect way to say it, but I didn't actually know that until a few years ago. So, sorry, it's a habit. But it really does taste like sake that I've had in Japanese restaurants.
So, cooking with it, I could see cooking with it.
Yeah, I would use this as, instead of Shaoxing wine, in most any Asian dish. Easily, no problem. This is a great addition.
I think it would work really well as a marinade.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, you marinate chicken or pork in this. It'll be incredible.
And then I could see it as like a palate cleanser in between meals.
Drink it with sushi. I think this would be excellent with sushi.
Yeah.
It just goes with it really, really nicely.
It would be a small sip kind of situation, but I think it would work really well
alone. Like I say, I could drink this much. Not like some things where I'd fill a mug, but I could totally drink this much of it in a glass as an exploration type of drink to enjoy it.
I think it would also work well as an aperitif after dinner.
Sure.
To cleanse your palate. And I would imagine, I've read that it has to have a lot of medicinal properties, so it might aid with digestion and whatnot. So
if we sound like we're unsure what to say, it's because we are. Because this is such a unique thing for us. We don't really drink a lot of rice wine. I think the last time I had sake was like 4 years ago. It's been a while.
My brother and sister-in-law like sake a lot more than we do. And so occasionally when we go out with them, which unfortunately due to the pandemic has been limited to pretty much nothing. But in the past when we would go out with them, we would normally eat sushi. Because we all love sushi.
And they get sake. And so we always try it. We always go,
I would,
she likes
I
it.
would try it more than he would, but...
try it. I just don't really... I never really liked it. But this actually tastes like a little bit sweeter version of a sake to me. Which makes it not objectionable. It's just unique and different. It's so... There's no comparison to anything that we make normally on our channel that this goes with. There's no parallel at all.
Yeah.
In flavor.
So I am not comfortable giving this a number because...
I would base it just on my own enjoyment if I want to give it a number. Like, to me, a 10 means this is amazing and there's nothing better. A 1 is like, oh, it's totally disgusting.
But if you use the concept of how would you change it, I don't have any notion of
leaving that
how
concept out.
I would change it. Like,
I honestly don't know because I don't know what changes we would make would affect it better or worse.
Right.
Okay, I'll just give it this kind of a rating. I like this. I don't love this. I think this is good. I think this is even on the verge of very good. And it is something that I can enjoy and appreciate for what it is and how it is.
For me, it's a use-specific beverage. Like, it works great in these specific categories. So,
Right.
paired with these specific foods, cooked with these specific foods, used at these specific instances during a meal or after a meal, and in a small in quantities just to explore its uniqueness. Perfect. But beyond that, I
it's kind of unknown territory. This would be great for, like, if I had to put this to a more American-style food. The dish I made last night, it's basically a butter, herb, lemon sauce. This would replace the wine. And like if you were going to put wine in it or the lemon juice, this would actually work really well for that because it's almost a citrusy flavored white wine.
Because we didn't use lemon in last night's dish. We actually used our Rampur lime, which really isn't a lime. It's a combination between mandarin orange and citron. So... because this is that weird pineapple-esque essence, I think, as you said, it would work really well as a substitute for that.
And in chicken française.
Yes.
Which is a butter wine lemon sauce. So this, with butter, would be amazing in that. And I may actually do that.
Yeah, and that brings up a good point. I think this would pair well with something fatty. And when I think of sushi and my favorite types of sushi, it's those really decadent, melt-in-your-mouth, high-fat fish parts.
Escalar. Nothing better.
Escalar, yeah.
Nothing better.
Escalar. So the pineapple astringent, acidy part of that would help pair well with the fatty fish stuff.
Yeah, and don't take what we're saying as we don't like it. I like it. I just don't know where to place it. And that's the thing. I don't know where to put it in the repository. So I go to things that seem like it would work with it. And there's quite a few now that I'm really thinking about it. So this is useful for pairing with food. I don't know that I'd really want to sit around and just drink it, though.
Yeah.
It's just not my thing. Now, she might enjoy it once in a while, but it's not really my thing. I would totally go for this with food, though. Like, this works really well.
Going back to sake, my experience with it, chilled versus warmed, is very different, and I'm wondering what this would be like warmed. So that's something that we might
have a special guest star today.
Explore. Yes, Tigger has needs, so
Tigger, say hi. Look over there.
She heard us talking about sushi.
That might have been it. What are you doing?
No, we do not feed our cats sushi.
No, not at all. She's sniffing it, though. You want some? I'm not going to give you any.
So, if you've enjoyed this video...
Look up! There's another one up there. You might like that one, too.